I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Yo, what's up guys? It's Mac back with another statue unboxing and review. Today we have the Pinewood Studios Hush 1/3 scale. So let's go ahead and get these things cracked open and see what we got inside. The art boxes out of the shipper, so we have one little box and one big box. The artwork is the same on both, just one small and one big. The art box is pretty cool on this. You got a little bit of information on the back, a little disclaimer information, but our box is cool. You got the Batman Hush on the front, and then yeah, it's just got the little bat symbols and bats on the side, so pretty cool. All right guys, figured we'd have some goodies in here. So we have some promotional material here for Pinewood Studios. We've got a 2019 calendar. This is nice. You can put this up in your workplace at work and show people what you're into, collecting statues and everything cool like that, you know. So then you have the instructions here for the Batman statue we have here today, Batman Hush. A little more promotional material, so if you haven't got this piece and you see it, you're like, man, I gotta get this. Same with the sculpted cape Superman and the fabric cape. And then you have the Huntress. And then you have Poison Ivy Hush. So yeah, they're enticing you all to buy Pinewood Studios. We got our top box, or our big box, and then it's got top written on the front, and then we have the red little peek hole right here. Looks like we got the cape. This is a sculpted cape, of course, so we're gonna go ahead and do some knife action and cut around the side. There's our silky smooth Prime 1 protected cloth. Not sure what that is, but I think I know what it is. Oh snap. Alright guys, this cape is massive. Alright, so if you guys can see, this thing is as big as my torso. Sculpted cape, massive and huge. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay this out. Let's see what we have here. So here his body. Have the fist, some more fists, hands, and then we have the fist with the grapple, the batarang. Cool. Head sculpt. Bang action. And then we have another head sculpt here. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this stuff laid out and go grab the other box. Alright guys, the last box, the last little box, or this box should contain the base, since we have everything else out. So, I see why this thing was heavy. Turn around to the front so you have these gargoyle type things. Pull this out. Let's see the bottom there. Alright, so alright guys, now on to assembling Batman Hush. They have included the instruction manual to putting this guy together. So you have a body which goes into the top of the base here and then so forth. So what I'm going to do is actually kind of move these arm sculpts and these head sculpts and stuff around, because this thing is massive and there's not a lot of space on this table. So that's what I'm going to do first. Okay, first step is the body. So just to kind of show a little bit of detail here. So you've got these little tread and little bat symbols on the bottom of his feet here, which are pretty cool. You won't see them, but figured I'd show it to you guys. So you have a big key here that fits into this slot here. And the foot kind of rests over here. There is no really spot that holds it. It just kind of sits there, so just be careful putting it in place. There we go. Nice and flush. Like I said, the foot just kind of sits right here. Okay, the next part is installing the cape. They have provided us with these little felt pads to protect the body and the cape, or when the cape's resting on the body. So I kind of already did a little mock-up just to see, so you guys can learn from my scratches. So I just kind of wanted to see exactly where the cape would lie. So right here and right here and right here is where I'm gonna put the pads. So if you can see, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this first one off. And we'll put the second one right here. And I'm going to stick the third one right there. And then that should keep it from rubbing on the cape and the body. The next thing I'll show you is just, kind of the cape and kind of the area. So these are like the deepest parts of the cape, where you can see here. So you can see a little bit of scratches there, but we should be good. So next part is installing this big old thing. All right, so now installing the cape. You have a large key here, which of course fits into here. Let's see if we can get this in. So because I have the felt installed, the little felt stripping, you might have to put a little bit of pressure to get it to sit all the way down. Make sure there's no gaps. I think we may be okay. So just make sure you don't have any gaps. If you do, you can apply a little bit of pressure and it should be fine. On to the next step. Okay, next up we have the right arm or hand with the battering. We have his left with a fist. You have alternate switch outs with this, so just go with this one for the time being. And then you have one of the 3 head sculpts. This is the exclusive. This is the smirking portrait. Okay, and then the last assembly for this is going to be the Joker gun with a little bang flag coming out. So this has a little key here, which sits in the base right here, like so. But you know what? You're actually supposed to remove it because you have to insert this, because this lays like that. So let's go ahead and do that. So you insert this little hole. That's how that sits. And this piece is basically all together. So, like I said, there's multiple switch outs, arm switch outs, and then 2 other head sculpts. You have the other switch outs that has the batarang or grapple gun, or it's not a gun, but it's a grapple hook. So you have that switch out. And then you have the other fist, which I'm not sure if this is the exclusive part of this. I know the exclusive was the smirk, but I'm not 100% sure if this comes with the regular or not, but I'll look into that. And then you have the 2 other head sculpts. You have the grinning face, and then the just normal kind of Batman pissed off face. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a few, look over this piece, and come back with a review for you guys. And give it a quick little spinny. Alright. Part. I made a little bit of a mistake in the last part of the video, so I had this fist and I didn't realize that if I was paying attention that there's actually 2 exclusives with this actual statue, or with this version. This is the exclusive smirk portrait, and then the exclusive is the hand with the ring on it. This is what I had on it first, and this is just the regular hand. So on to the review, starting with the base. You know, it follows in line with all of the other Prime 1 pieces, kind of like a dark gray, kind of dark base. It's got a little bit of damage to it all throughout it, a little bit of dirt work, and then also you've got this vine. This is part of the Hush line, of course, like everybody knows. You've got the bat symbol back here, but you also got the little vine from the vines coming from poison ivy that are creeping up the base. So that flows along with the other pieces in the line, of course. On the gargoyles, you have some pretty cool texturing and a little bit of kind of wearing. And then you have the gun here on the back with the, I think that's just done very well, how they've kind of sculpted and molded that into the side of the base, or to how it fits. So I think that's pretty cool. It looks like it is meant to be there. Some people may not know what that is, but that is Joker's gun, of course. going on up to the base, like I said before, with his boots, you can see the actual tread work, and you can probably still see the little bat symbol up here. I'll get those in the shots at the end of the video. The boot work is very nice. It definitely looks like leather, where the seam connects together for the boot on both sides. All right, onto the front part of the statue. We have the boot here. I wanted to show you the wrinkling throughout the boot itself. It's done very well. Looks very realistic. The front part of the quad, the musculature in this is done awesome. You even have the little wrinkles going up throughout the leg. Same on this side as well. Done very, very well. You even see the little seam work for the actual costume here as well. So that's pretty cool. And then you have the underwear on the outside. His utility belt, that's done awesome as well. You have the little, detail wise, it's got the little coloring in there, and then you have like the little dirt detail, and then you can see that the pouches are actually moved up. These two here are moved or pushed up because of course his leg is pushed up as well. So I think that detail wise is done very, very well and looks realistic, just like the boots do and everything else. Moving up to his abdominal area, he's got some abs and he's got some obliques. Sculpture wise, that's on point, and the texture on that alone is just is something else. I love this costume. I love the way that this thing looks, just kind of perched up on this base here. So the arm detail, musculature, you can even see on his delts here, you can see the separations there. Can't really see anything on his back, but on his other arm, same thing. You got the little, crevices here where you can see the separation on this side as well, where you've got a little bit of dark and shadowing there to make it pop a little bit more. And then with his hands, this one, like I said, this is the exclusive, which is pretty cool. And then on this hand, he's holding the batarang. And then you can also see a little bit of vein work in the hand here. And then for the head sculpt, this is the exclusive smirking portrait. You got his little stubble. What I did notice about the different head sculpts is that the smirking portrait has a little bit more of a like a stubble effect, and it's a little bit more 5 o'clock shadowish, if you can see. But you can definitely tell the texture difference between the three on this one. So just wanted to point that out. And we'll just go around to the back. Pretty cool effect, detail effect on the back of the underwear. And then the cape. The cape is like a statue by itself. The cape is huge. It definitely takes this piece to a different level. I'm a fan of sculpted capes, but this cape is massive, as you can see. But it's on there very well. It's not moving. The piece is solid. And like I said before, I did install those little felt tips to keep it from rubbing. And you can see that there's still no gaps where the cowl connects. So what I want to do now is just kind of go ahead and switch out with the other portraits and the arm switch outs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the other switch out with the grapple hook or grapple batarang. Let's go with this grimacing face. And that's another look there. I think that looks pretty dope. So I like it pretty much all the way. So I like all the switch outs that it has. Especially this one, it adds a little bit of a different look to the statue, which is very cool. And then if you get up here, you can see the teeth work in this grimacing portrait. It's done very well. Nice glistening white teeth. A dentist would be proud. All right, and I'll go ahead and switch this out. With the regular portrait, or the non-grimacing or just serious face portrait. Looks pretty good. Actually kind of like this one. The smirking portrait. So this is the exclusive portrait. You can see that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out to what it would come with the collector's or regular edition. So that's gonna be just this regular fist. And the battering. We'll just go with the serious portrait. So nothing wrong with this either. So if you didn't get the exclusive, there's nothing wrong with the way he looks right now. Just more of that cape action there. Try to avoid this cape at all possible. But yeah, looks really good, guys. My overall impressions of this piece is that I'm gonna go ahead and give it a max score of 9.8. This piece is dope in my opinion. I love it. One of my favorite Batman pieces in my collection so far. Everything about it just screams Batman. One of the main reasons why I picked this up is just because I needed a different, I wanted like an original kind of Batman blue and gray suit for the collection, and this is the one that kind of spoke to me. I know that there's the Master Race one as well. I like that piece too. Of course, that's coming out later on down on the line, but this Hush Batman, and I love the story as well. This is why I picked this piece up. Anatomically speaking, I think this piece is done very, very well. This is one of my favorite aspects about the piece, is just, you know, how strong he looks sitting up here on this base. One of the main things too that I forgot to mention is that the head sculpts show a lot of, you know, muscle detail going throughout the neck. So that's done very well. Prime One once again hit it out of the park. Go ahead and wrap up this video. I'm gonna take some close-up shots, get up close and personal with this piece, like I do with all the other statues that and videos that I post. So make sure to give me a big thumbs up and share the video. If you know people that like this kind of stuff and other collectors, definitely share this, and I appreciate it. So once again, thanks for checking out the video. If you guys are on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, make sure to give me a follow, and yeah, I'll see you there. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.